This is Cynthia Toet, your TV host for Your Hidden Love Story. I want you to keep your mindset on the higher vibrational mindset so you can keep living your life and going on this beautiful journey you got. Can't live here without you. We need all of you. You're all here. You have all a special reason, a special purpose, and nobody can do it just like you. This is Cynthia Toet, your TV host for Your Hidden Love Story. We are in episode 2053. Happy to see you guys all here. We are going to be talking about being tapped in and tuned in with your higher self. And you know, my main purpose for being here is I do believe we have all been misled and misguided by our emotional self. And what do I mean by that is I believe our go-to emotions is of a lower vibration, that we go to fear, doubt, insecurity, not whole enough, not complete enough, feeling like we got to prove ourselves out there to the world or to someone else, which is actually a lower vibration. It takes your essence away, it takes your energy away, it takes your strength away. My goal is to flip that emotional story around so your go-to emotion starts to be one out of love and above, laughter, play, joy, happiness, peace, and harmony, passion and desire. Come on, baby, let's get this show rolling and let's get your guys' life a-going. Woo, 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 woo. I love saying that. All all tapped in and tuned into your higher self. It is about understanding the higher self. Understanding. Oh, what happened? Hold on. Something happened to my screen here, you guys. Just bear with me. That kind of stuff happens. You go live and stuff goes up. Ooh, now what happened now? It really messed things up. All right. Understanding your higher self involves recognizing and integrating different aspects of your being. Essentially, it's about becoming aware of your thoughts, your emotions, motivations, and desires, as well as your deeper, more spiritual essence. Your lower self is often associated to your ego, driven by desires and limitations, while your higher self represents a more connected, wise, and compassionate part of you. Understanding yourself. Self-awareness is about recognizing your thoughts, feelings, behaviors, including your strengths and your weaknesses. For the self-acceptance, embracing your whole self, including the positive and the negative aspects. And self-compassion, treating yourself to kindness and understanding during challenging times, especially during those challenging times. Understanding your higher self, connecting to the deeper truth. Your higher self is often associated with sense of purpose, meaning, and connection to something larger than yourself. Transcending the ego. Oh, it is a part of you that is not limited by the ego's concerns and desires, but allowing for more expansive perceptions. Hey. By the way, happy to see you guys all here as you all came in. Chanley, K-Pop, and the new person in the house, Z-Nap, Andrew, Nimish, Divine Timing, Andrew, Andrea, and Summons in the house. Anyhow, I don't know. Ascending wisdom and guidance. Your higher self is believed to offer guidance and wisdom to your life's path. Practice for connection is meditation, reflection, journaling. Spending time in nature can help facilitate connection to your higher self. I didn't see you, Huntley, so let's see, where was I? In essence, understanding your higher self involves recognizing the distance between your lower self and your higher self. Understanding your thoughts and your actions can be influenced by both. Developing self-awareness and acceptance. This allows you to better understand your own motives and desires. Seeking guidance from your inner self is when you connect your higher self and you gain a deeper understanding of your life's purpose and direction. Living in alignment with your higher self by making choices that align with your values and your purpose, you can live more fully and more meaningful in life. And we got TJ in the house too. Happy to see you guys here. Emotional awareness. We got to talk about that. It's really important for you to be aware of your emotional self. Emotional awareness means being able to recognize, understand, and manage your emotions as well as those of others. Not just yours, those of others. It's about being conscious of your feelings, both positive and negative, how they affect your behavior and your relationships. I'm going to give you some examples of what emotional awareness looks like in different situations. First, recognizing the triggers. Identifying what situations or people tend to evoke strong emotions. That's the trigger. Strong emotions, reactions within you, such as feeling anxious before a presentation or getting irritable when dealing with a particular coworker. I mean, we don't want to deal with them, right? No. But when you become you become tapped in and tuned into your higher self, and you become really aware of yourself, your emotional self, then this gets easier. It's actually really a blessing to be noticing where your emotions lie at what moment of time. Like be able to be pinpointing the specific emotions, like being able to accurately label and describe what you're feeling rather than just general terms like, yeah, it's bad or it's okay. I want you to go a little bit deeper, understanding the connections between the feelings and the physical sensations, recognizing how the emotions manifest in your body, such as feeling tightening in your chest when you're stressed or a lump in your stomach when you're anxious. Pay attention to, what's your body going through when that emotional self is going through its stuff, okay? Be also social awareness. There's an awareness that you can have with your emotional self when you allow yourself to recognize those social clues, observing people's body language or facial expressions or their tone of voice to understand how others might be feeling in the moment. So you're able to empathize with others, putting yourself in another's person's shoes and trying to understand their perspective, even if it differs from yours, can actually save you some emotional trippage, some emotional baggage, just being aware. And expressing empathic, communicating your understanding and concern for others' feelings without being judgmental or dismissive of their feelings. It's important for us to regulate our emotions. Yeah, we can do that. It is possible, and that's what we want to do. Being able to cope with intense emotions like anger, sadness, or fear without acting impulsively or suppressing your feelings. Communicating your feelings appropriately. Expressing your emotions in a way that is respectful and clear rather than resorting to yelling or acting passive. Using coping mechanism, developing strategies to manage stress or difficult emotions such as exercise, meditation, or talking to a trusted friend. I'm going to give you some tips to align to your higher self. Hold on just a second. What's going on here? Hold on, you guys. My whole screen is like, who knows what happened here. Okay, to align to your emotions to your higher self, start by identifying your core values and how you want to feel. It's really important. Then challenge limiting beliefs and embrace self-compassion. Compassion for yourself first. Connect with your body through some breath work. Just allow yourself to connect to your body when you're going through the emotions, or some kind of meditation. And practice emotional awareness and self-compassion. Trust your intuition by expressing yourself authentically, and seek like-minded individuals. I'm going to give you just a little bit more detail. It's broken down in a little bit more detail, okay? To identify your values and your desired emotions. Clarify your core values. What principles are most important to you? What are your deeply held beliefs? These are questions you want to ask yourself, so you can really start honing in to be able to flip the emotional story around to a higher vibrational energy. Identify how your higher self would feel in various situations. Like, what emotion would your ideal self like to experience? Would it be calm, empowered, joyful, and etc.? Challenging limiting beliefs and embrace self-compassion. Like, question the self-talk that's going on in the back of your head. Are your thoughts being helpful and empowering? Empowering? There we go, thank you. Challenge those negative thoughts. Challenge your limiting beliefs. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, especially when faced with challenges and setbacks. Connect with your body and your emotions. Remember to practice that breath work. When that emotion comes up, try to take a couple deep breaths, because just that couple of deep breaths, right when the anger or the frustration, when that emotion comes in, just take a couple deep breaths right at that moment, because it shifts that energy around. The deep breaths can calm the nerves instantly to help you connect with your body. Or if you want to go deeper, do some form of meditation or have a regular meditation practice. It can help you become more aware of your thoughts and your emotions, allowing you to respond from a place with clarity and with peace. Trust your intuition and express yourself authentically. Develop intuition, like pay attention to your inner voice and your gut feeling at the same time. Express your authentic self. Find outlets, and expressions that align with your value of who you truly are. And again, seek like-minded individuals and support. Connect with others who share values. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who inspire you. That is so important. It is so important, because if you're around people that are not like-minded, they can bring you down. And the longer you're hanging around with the not like-minded people, they bring you down further, quicker, sooner. So it's really important for you to find a group that you can connect with. Seek guidance from mentors or coaches like me. If needed, consider working with a professional who can help you on your journey. Practice emotional awareness and regulation. Really pay attention to your emotions. Notice when you're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or out of alignment. Develop emotional regulation skills, like learn techniques to manage your emotions efficiently, such as that deep breath or grounding exercise or mindfulness. And I do have a mindfulness video that's in my Gypsy's playlist, my Gypsy's toolbox. Go ahead and check it out in that playlist. It's mindfulness. And remember to be patient, to be kind to yourself. Recognize that aligning to your higher self is a journey. It's not a destination. There will be challenges and setbacks along the way, so be patient, be kind to yourself as you navigate this process. Allow yourself grace and understanding as you grow and evolve. By implementing these actionable steps, you can gradually align your emotions with your higher self and create a more fulfilling and meaningful life. And that's the truth. You guys, I did write a book. It's called Flipping Your Emotional Story Around to Better. It is over there on Amazon. I'm going to play my little mini commercial and I'll be right back. So stick around. And it's commercial break time. And what's she going to talk about on her commercial? Yeah, what's she going to talk about? She's going to talk about, did you know that Cynthia Toet, she's an author. She wrote a book this year called Flipping Your Emotional Story Around to Better. Yes, that's the book that she wrote, and it is on Amazon. It is an ebook and a hard copy, whichever you prefer. Go over there right now and grab your copy right now to see what it's going to take to flip your emotional story around to better. Okay, back to the show now. Let's see. Yeah, okay, Zainab, after in about 10 minutes, I run this show like a TV hosting program, and in about 10 minutes I end it, and then I start another show it's back to back that you can come on in and ask questions there, and I'll be happy to help you out. Okay, so remember, you guys, when you're actually becoming more tapped in and tuned into your higher self, things start to become very crystal clear because you're operating from love and above, laughter, play, joy, happiness, from peace, from harmony, from passion, from desire. It's a higher vibration, and when you're operating in that higher vibrational thing, you're tapped in and tuned into your higher self. And pay attention to those little things, because those little things that you've been doing, that you've been trying to put something together, all those little things that you put together make something very beautiful. And remember to always, always, always believe in your dream. Do not let anybody take your dreams away from you, because the only person that can make your dream come true is you. You have to be the one that's making those baby steps, putting those pieces together to allow your dream to come true. If you stop believing in your dream, that means you let the lower vibrational energy win. You went into fear, doubt, insecurity, not whole enough, not complete enough. It's really important to flip that emotional story around to better. And when you start seeing the beauty within, guess what? You will see how beautiful you truly, really are. Each and every one of you, there is a beauty within. When you guys start doing this self-love work, and you do not allow that emotional self, that anger, fear, frustration, hate, if we're not allowing that to run the show, and we're flipping our emotional story around to a higher vibrational story, which I know how to do. I can coach you guys on doing that if you ever want some coaching sessions. So you have to hit me up for that. So, then the card of the day is the Gaia. The Gaia card says, shine on, you guys, shine on. That's what we want. We want our energy to come on in, to shine your higher vibrational self. It is the right time, or soon will be, for things to come together for you. If there's something that you really believe in, but you have been waiting for a long time to bring it into life, or to see that success, here's the good news, that something is beginning to stir, and at the right time, things are going to fall into place. There is a bigger question in divine timing about these matters, and it is not that you are or are not doing something right. Do not give up, but do give in to the wise timing of the Mother Earth, who knows how to grow all souls, all things, in perfect fulfillment of divine expression. The spiritual guidance is, something new is being hatched. You may wonder if you are imagining it. If the idea is startling and beautiful, change is just a foolish fantasy. Gaia comes to tell you that the newness is real. New life is forming. And when the time is right, it is going to spring forth as something amazing. What is needed is some practice, some patience, some self-care, and some willingness to trust in what is happening within your own soul. Most of the time, people don't think about their soul, let alone their inner sense to how they feel for what their soul is expressing. When we do take time to go within to inquire after our own soul experience, a beautiful inner relationship develops, and we start to feel the life of the soul as a very real and genuine expression. We begin to experience more joy, faith, patience, and trust. we start to share a special secret that is being tapped in and tuned in to divine, knowing what our soul wants and what is happening with our beautiful soul that is going to take place. We feel a quiet inner confidence and a sense of knowingness of what is going on in our lives at a deeper level. This is comforting, and helpful. Now is the right time to take time for your soul, to care for yourself, just like you would a fragile egg with a precious new life growing inside of it. Enjoy your growing soul connection as you trust in what is about to hatch. And it does have a little assignment here at the end. It says, imagine that you have a precious, invisible egg which holds a precious new life in it. This egg exists deep, deep in your soul. Speak to it in a soft, loving, cooing tone. Tell this egg how much you love it, how grateful you are that it is going to come into life. Then imagine this egg glowing in soft, golden tone as it receives your loving tone. That's what I have here for the collective today. For being tapped in and tuned into your higher self. Really being tapped into that emotional self. Let's see. When you start getting out of alignment, where you're not feeling whole, where you're not feeling complete, where you're starting to feel anger or frustration or anything that just starts throwing you out of alignment from your higher self, let's pay attention to that. The ways you want to pay attention to that again is when the emotion comes, I want to see where you feel it in your body. Also remember to take that deep breath when that emotion comes in, because it slows down that emotion. It makes it retract instead of extract. Okay, so making sure that when the lower vibrational energy, the lower vibrational emotion comes into your being, I want you to bring your energy back home. Let's take that deep breath. Let's take a look within. Let's see where that emotion is tying up your gut or your chest. What part of your body is it tying it up? That way you become self-aware. You're starting to be tapped in and tuned in with self. So we can release that pain, so we can release that suffering. We can be okay with it. We can know that it's there, and we can being aware of it really helps shift it and move it, so we can move it into peace, so we can move it into calmness, so we can move it into being aware, just being aware of it without it continually being an outburst, but being aware of it allowed ourselves to nurture that energy. So we're truly changing the emotional feeling inside around to better by flipping that emotional story around to better. That's what I gotta say. Thank you guys for coming and watching, tapped in and tuned in with your higher self. Watching Your Hidden Love Story, episode 2053. I'm so happy you guys are showing up on a regular basis and taking the time out to do that self-love work that it takes, so you can raise your energy up to a higher vibrational energy to be tapped in and tuned in to your higher self. And for those that are wanting questions answered or wanting some readings, I'm going to start the next show pretty much probably right away. And because it's all set up, ready to go. All you have to do is jump from this live show right over to the other show, and we're just going to go full force speed ahead, okay? So no waiting in between. If there's waiting, it's 5 or 10 minutes maybe, and I don't even think it's going to be that, because it's already all set up. So, all right, I love you guys so very much. Thank you for being here, and until next time, bye-bye, butterflies. Catch.